Alright, y'all. So let me pause JTRC over here. Pause. Uh, the Noble Steed's almost done. So I'm gonna peel the coating off, the plastic coating off, put the decals on for the windows and lights and all that. And other than that, it's done. I mean, I thought about having a decal done for the back glass and having Teddy on it, but instead I think I'm gonna have a Teddy made, so like a 3D, like either printed or a felt one made. But let's go ahead and peel this off, and I'm gonna put the hood poppers on so y'all can actually see that. This isn't like a super elaborate body or paint job, so I didn't record the whole thing, but it's a sentimental one from me. I did realize about 90% done with the paint job that I was using the wrong kind of paint. I was using paint for plastics and not for polycarbonates or Lexan. Not until I started backing it, but we'll see how that goes. Worst case scenario, it all peels off and then I just paint it again, but oh well. Oh, this looks good though. Oh. Wow. That looks just like my old truck. Let's get that window mask off real quick and these headlights. Teddy, what you think, man? Does that look like our truck? It does, huh? It does, I know. I'm not crying, you're crying. Actually, I already have that partially peeled. So the problem with using paint for plastics versus Lexan is that stuff will peel if given an opportunity. So I'm hoping that it doesn't happen. Yeah. Nice. Eventually I'll get better at doing those window tints, but I'll take that. Oh, that looks so good. Well, before I put the poppers on, oh yeah. That's the Noble Steed. Oh shit. Yeah, see those little spots like that where it peels? That is because I used the wrong kind of paint. But that actually works out for the spirit of this one. That damn thing, the clear coat was coming off of it. It had been through hell. I had that truck 17 years. I'll give y'all the story while I'm putting the body posts on. Even though y'all don't care. But if you're watching my video, you get to listen to it. So, it's back in 2005. I actually had a 97 Ranger, salvage title, bent frame and everything. I hated it at first. Oh, look at that. But I was coming home from football practice, and I saw this red F-150. And considering that my mom had just bought the truck that I wanted, an S10 Extreme, she had just bought that truck for my brother. I was able to convince her to co-sign with me and trade in my Ranger to get this F-150. Said I was coming home from football practice and I saw it. It was bright red, that gray two-tone stripe. And there were actually 2 others sitting in the car lot with it. The same place we got all our vehicles from, the little local car lot in Wetumpka, Oklahoma. But I see the F-150 there, instant, fell in love with it. There was a black one, but it was kind of plain, had a brown interior, brown and black trim. There was another red one that didn't have the gray stripe, and of the 3 F-150s, 2 of them were manual. The red ones were both manual, and the black was automatic. So I want the manual. I want the gray two-tone stripe. It's just pretty. The gray interior, it was just everything I ever wanted in a truck at that moment. And the F-150 was at the time the safest truck on the road. So I was able to use that to my advantage and tell my mom, oh, you know, this is safer, blah, 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 blah. So she co-signed with me. And needless to say, I got the F-150. And 25,000 miles later, I blew the motor because I drove that thing like a lightning. But before that, we had a refrigerator go back through the back glass. It was like the 3rd week I had it. I was hauling a refrigerator for mom, and the ropes came loose. And to keep it from falling off a bridge, I slammed the brakes on and I caught it. And it caught my windshield, or back glass. So we swapped that out for a sliding back glass. And that was the beginning of the adventures with my truck. But then, like I said, 25,000 miles later, I blow the motor, bring it to Colorado, and in the 17 years I had it, it was hit 20 times. Number 20 was the one that killed it, which led to me building this. I won't tell you all the stories. There's a whole bunch of them. But the refrigerator is probably my favorite one, because that was week number 2. But that truck has had 2 motors. It's on, what was it, 20 times it had been hit. It was broken into once, had my stereo stolen. It was a salvage title before I got it. So, been through it. But it was real sentimental to me, if you haven't noticed. Both of my pit bulls used to love riding in the truck. Man, that looks good. Alright. Quit yapping at it. I'm supposed to put these body posts on. But anyway, that's why I decided I was going to go ahead and build this and paint it like my old F-150. Mine wasn't a Lightning. It was just an F-150 XL, little V6. V6 manual. Had manual everything. Windows, locks, all that. My Noble Steed. Alright, so these hood poppers are from Amazon. One of the guys in one of the groups in ARRMA Mafia on Facebook, he used these, and he actually told me about this body too, because he's got the same body and he's using these poppers like this. I'm not sure if he's using the same brand, but I used the link that he shared to find some and went with the red and went with the brand that had the best overall reviews and all that good stuff. Let's see, I might actually, I wish I had washers big enough for this, but I don't. It's gonna scratch. Oh well. There's that one. I'll show you how I put these on too. Ah, sliced my finger. I don't know if y'all can see that. Look at that skin flap. Yee. Actually, let's go ahead and prep these. Let's put all these on first. See how I gotta get ahead of myself. And then we're gonna pull these body posts out. And put it all together. I test fit these last night. They're snug. I didn't have a big enough body reamer to make the hole here, so I had to make it as big as I could, then trim it up, and then realize it's like, you know what? If you make the square big enough, the square does fit inside, or sorry, the circle does fit inside the square. Just got to make the square big enough. It's the plus side to that kind of digging into the Lexington and the paint. It ain't gonna back itself out of there, likely. Yeah, that looks good. And it's a slightly different red, but I'm A-okay with that. Alright, last one. Normally I'd be all weird and try to make sure that each one of these ended up with the exact same post that it came out of. But I'm not gonna do that. I'm trying to get over some of my weird stuff. Yeet. Yeet. All right. So obviously you have to make holes in the body big enough for those to fit in. And there you go. You want it just so the threaded part will fit through. Not this, the whole circle, but just the threaded part. And then it's fastened on with a nut. And these will be the posts. These are going to replace that right there. Alright. So we're going to set that to the side. Look at that. Oh, that's pretty. Noble Steed. And these come out of there. And I'll do these one at a time because I'm going to try to match the height. But they're actually easy to adjust. We'll see how it holds up to driving, and if I roll it over and all that, and see if they have to get readjusted. Oof. Jiminy Christmas. Yeah, they put a long ass screw on this. It goes all the way across, all the way through. The one thing I kind of wish I would have paid attention to, because you can actually move these in. So I probably could have moved those poppers over just a smidgen, so it would have been on the inside. But I don't mind that one bit. Alright. So this one, actually looking at how I've got it adjusted, that was from last night. That was one of the rears. I'm not gonna spend too much time readjusting it. But basically, these clamp on with a nut and a washer on either end. See, we put a nut and washer there. Wham, bam, lamb. And we take this nut and washer. And we'll put them together. I actually think adjust that there, adjust that. So if y'all can see that, basically to adjust it, adjust the height, you don't have to have the spring on here either, but basically you turn one, turn the top one up, and then turn the bottom to catch it. I didn't do a whole lot just then, but you get the gist. So I'm gonna go ahead and size these up, line them up, and then if they're matched up and the body sits where I want, then I'm gonna leave the top one where it's at, and I'm gonna go back through and unscrew the bottom and Loctite that. But y'all ain't gotta watch all that. Alright, y'all, so posts are all on there. I haven't sized them up yet. I'll let y'all see that. But basically, line up here, click, 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 and click. There we go. Do I need to adjust those at all? Yeah, I want that lower. Just a smidgen lower. I want that body, the front end, the bumper to sit on the splitter. I'm gonna take the rear lower too, and we'll put the window decals and all that good stuff on. Well, for them to come off. Just a little press. There we go. And that's it. Those are slick. I like that. Alright, so I'm going to adjust these, like I said. Ooh, careful now. I'm going to adjust these. So basically to do that, you turn this top nut here. Turn that. Then it drops. And then you snug the bottom up to match. I have a feeling though that's gonna need to go more than that. There we go. We're going to try to eyeball it. That looks about all right for the front. just a smidgen lower. That's so sexy. Alright, so I'm gonna go a little lower on the front. But now that y'all see how to adjust that, that's all. Ooh, look at that. The Noble Steed. And that's how the body comes off. Easy peasy.